Hi, Casser here. In this video, I'll discuss things that should be added to Minecraft and how their inclusion would significantly enhance the game's experience. I think everyone will find something they would like to see in Minecraft. Let's get started. The first thing I want to see is the addition of ambient sounds in the overworld. It's still unclear to me why there are no sounds in the overworld, while there are in the Nether. Listen to how perfectly they fit in there. Now compare that to the overworld. Isn't it strange? Now listen to the overworld but with ambient sounds. Continuing with sound, the walking sound on blocks needs to be reworked. Rework the sound in enclosed spaces, making ambient sound muffled, and add echo in caves. Also, add new and improve old block sounds. I don't understand why there's still no option to switch from a white interface to a dark one. Personally, I would always play with a dark interface. Fix the small gaps in item models. They exist in most items, and after seeing them, it's hard to unsee them. Allow moving a chest in your hands instead of breaking it and picking up all the items again. Also, add the ability to pick up animals, as mob AI is often too dumb, and sometimes it's easier to pick up an animal and place it where needed. At low health, the interface will crack. When using the brewing stand, have recipes built into the interface. Dust in caves would greatly add to the game's atmosphere. There's already dust in one of the nether biomes, and it looks very cool. Dynamic lighting, which is still missing from the game for some reason. When a player throws an item that can emit light, It will, believe it or not, light up. Torches, lamps, and burning mobs should also emit light. After passing the cloud height, it will no longer rain, and the sun will shine instead. Mobs should not just spawn abruptly, but do so with a slight animation. Eating animation would look very cool and visually pleasing. New water effects like in the trailers. The splash will depend on the weight and size of the falling item or block. New river generation, including waterfalls. Also, new effects when water falls, which look very beautiful. Items placed on the crafting table should be shown on it. The same goes for the anvil and the enchantment table. A larger achievements window. I still don't understand why it's so small when it could be full screen. The ability to add worlds to favorites. Favorite worlds will always be displayed at the top. The ability to walk with an open inventory and row a boat. Why do we freeze in place when opening it? New variations for vanilla structures. They will consist of blocks matching the biome. Update the textures of menu blocks, making them more understandable. Icons in the main menu for better navigation between buttons. More variations for pumpkins. New textures for spawn eggs. Make them 3D, or draw the head as an egg because they look very confusing now. And with new mobs being added, the situation is only getting worse. Please add the birds. They will bring more life to the world and will be the first truly flying friendly mob. I'm not even talking about mobs like penguins, crabs, or fireflies, which were shown a long time ago. Hanging leaves on tree blocks would make forests deeper and more detailed with just a few pixels. Fallen leaves would accumulate under trees. Leaves left after tree felling would gradually fall to the ground. Moss on trees or leaves covering the tree trunk would look very beautiful. Fallen trees, which are already in Bedrock but not in Java. When traveling long distances, sooner or later we have to skip the night. We can do this by sleeping in a bed, but sometimes we don't want to change the spawn point. New sleeping bags could help with this. By sleeping in them, we can skip the night without changing the spawn point. It's already 2024, and Minecraft still has no character animations besides swimming. The character should have animations such as map holding, shield placement, boat rowing, horse riding, looking at a compass, ladder climbing, crawling, and using the spyglass. The ability to see your body in first person. All new animations should also be visible in first person. For those who don't like this, or to simplify the visuals, there should be a button to disable it. Visualization of information about some mechanics that are invisible by default, such as potential hunger saturation restored while holding food or potential health restored. Descriptions of enchantments should be added to the tooltip of Enchanted Books, because it's not always clear what exactly the enchantment does. I don't understand why there are still no transparent item frames in the game. They could be crafted from glass, for example. Instead of constantly placing, opening, breaking, and picking up shulker boxes, You could simply hover over them to see the items inside. This would be very convenient and quick. The duration of all consumed potions should be displayed under the icon in the top right corner. This way, you don't have to constantly open the inventory to check how much time is left. A feature from Bedrock, where enchantments on items are displayed when you hold them, should have been in the Java version long ago. Another feature from Bedrock, which allows placing blocks in gaps in front of, above, or below other blocks. While snow still looks quite beautiful, the rain in vanilla Minecraft looks awful. Either make it more transparent like in shaders, or completely rework it. When you exit the world, the game takes a screenshot before you leave. When you re-enter the world, the loading screen will show a screenshot of your last action in the world instead of the dirt texture. Replace the old PNG particle animations for smoke and fire with more cubic and beautiful particles. When you break a block, and for some reason move the crosshair away, the breaking progress should not reset for a while. This means you can continue breaking the block from where you left off. Separate textures for Enchanted Books. Now you don't have to hover over the book and read what it does. New textures for zombies in all biomes. The texture of zombies will depend on the biome they are in. The same applies to all other hostile mobs. Different textures for peaceful mobs. Please note that this is purely visual and does not affect the functionality of the mobs. It just diversifies their textures. There should be a button to sit down. Now you can sit anywhere you stand. There should also be a button to lie down. Place snow and a fence or wall in the same block. Snow layers will accumulate during a snowstorm. Snow layers will fall like sand. Snow will cover stairs, slabs, and fences. Ice can be crafted into new blocks, as well as into panels. Players will finally be able to place slabs vertically. This will greatly diversify builds, and players who love building will rejoice. New small structures in the overworld. This will significantly enliven and diversify the Minecraft world. Update old structures and add new ones. Above ground and underground structures will add many different adventures for players because the vanilla world doesn't have many interesting structures. Spyglass should show information about the block or mob we're looking at. Diagonal fences have long been needed in the game. A new inventory and chest feature that sorts items, transfers, or stacks them into the chest. A search function in chests for quickly finding the item I need in a large and cluttered chest. Vertical planks should also be added because horizontal planks don't always suit builds. Shift right-clicking an armor stand will swap its armor set with whatever armor you're currently wearing. The chest texture will differ depending on the type of wood it is made from. The same goes for bookshelves. This should have been in the game long ago. In creative mode, we can pick up blocks from any distance. A button that, when pressed, will display the item you pointed at in the chat, allowing players to see it. Double doors will open together. The ability to drop a ladder down by pointing at the topmost one, and looking down will let you descend faster. Different slabs can be placed on top of each other. I still don't understand why this hasn't been added to the game. An animation when transferring items. Ladders made from all types of wood. Item frames can be dyed in different colors. A feature from Bedrock where armor stands have arms that can hold items. Right-clicking can harvest and plant crops immediately. Sponges can be placed directly on water without needing to find a block for them. Holding an emerald block will attract villagers to follow you, just like animals follow food. When picking up a new item, a small icon will appear on it, so you can quickly understand what you picked up. Firework rockets will launch into the air immediately from the ground. Renaming items on an anvil will not damage it. Slabs can be combined into blocks in a shapeless recipe. Stone tools can be crafted with any type of stone. Cookies, paper, and bread can be crafted in a 2x2 crafting grid. Wool of any color can be dyed. A sand layer analogous to the snow layer. A new enchantment, Freeze. When applied to a bow, it freezes mobs, preventing them from moving. Snow can be used to make snow bricks. Icicles in cold biomes will be analogous to stalactites. Large icicles will generate in caves, and smaller ones on some blocks. Torches and campfires will melt ice and snow. Thin ice will break if you jump on it. Secret name tags will have their own unique texture. The cactus will have a more beautiful and detailed texture. Improve the book recipe. Add new functions like crafting in one click. Smithing table recipe book. Brewing stand recipe book. Pin commonly used recipes. Flip through pages with your mouse wheel. Display furnace recipes. Villagers should not only be white, but also have different skin colors. Different textures for goat horns. I don't understand why they are the same. The texture of cauldrons should change if lava is inside, making them look extremely hot. And if powder snow is inside, it will cover them. More varieties of squid textures. Unique textures for tropical fish. Tipped arrows are displayed in loaded crossbows, alongside a unique triple arrow texture for multi-shot crossbows. When picking up items, they will be displayed in the corner of the screen. Holding a block will show how many you have in your inventory. Furnaces crafted from deep slate or blackstone should have their own texture, automatic running with one button. Tools and armor have their attributes displayed with icons. Food shows how much it will heal with icons, and will show when it will give you negative effects. Maps display in the tooltip. Enchanted Books show which items they can be applied to. Candles placed and lit on soul sand or soul soil will now emit soul flames. When a tool breaks on your hotbar, it will be restocked by other items of the same type taken from your inventory. Right-clicking a tiny slime with a bucket puts it in there. Glass drops shards, which act like glowstone dust. Crafting them in a 2x2 grid creates a glass block back. Breaking grass or crops with a hoe will break a 3x3 area of them, adding more functionality to the hoe. Slimes will take no fall damage. Horses will swim in water while being ridden instead of sinking and force dismounting their rider. Eight logs can be crafted directly into 4 chests. Charcoal can be used as an alternative way to craft black dye. Rotten flesh and poisonous potatoes can be used in the composter. With each update, there are more and more items, and the inventory in Minecraft was designed back in Notch's era when there weren't so many items. A backpack should be added to the game, and the developers should come up with a recipe for it that isn't too easy. Northern lights at night in cold biomes. Snow will pass through the foliage and lie under the trees. Allows trees to be chopped down by repeatedly breaking a single block. The whole tree will only break after a certain number of chops, and bigger trees require more chops. When playing on a server, other players will hear you at a certain distance, and the farther away you are, the quieter the sound will be.
Oh shit!